The Tesla Bot Generation 3 could very well be the most insanely capable humanoid robot in history. Whether it turns out to be a Terminator or a housekeeper, we're not sure. But it's clear that Elon Musk just made his craziest claim yet about this robot. Yeah, Optimus will be the von Neumann probe. Okay, you know that means it could replicate itself. Yes, build one robot, and that robot then builds more robots and so on endlessly. This means a single Optimus could turn into thousands without humans lifting a finger, self-running factories disappearing, and Earth filled with useful humanoid robots doing everything from folding clothes to building cities. But Elon isn't stopping at Earth. He wants to launch these things into space to mine asteroids, build space stations, and even prepare Mars for humans before we get there. Elon Musk is currently the richest person in the world, and he has spent billions of dollars on the Optimus robot. So the question is the Tesla bot really just a humanoid assistant? Or is it a machine that will permanently transform humanity? These are the latest updates on Tesla's newest generation humanoid robot, Optimus Gen 3. And you definitely don't want to miss them. So the scale of Optimus, like I said, that's really going to be something else. I think it's going to be the biggest product of all time by far. Yeah, so like bigger than cell phones, bigger than anything. Are robots really going to take our jobs? It's a question that feels a lot less hypothetical these days, especially after Elon Musk posted on X last month, saying AI and robots will replace all jobs. Working will be optional, like growing your own vegetables instead of buying them at the store. That one line alone has everyone thinking hard, and honestly, it leaves us feeling a strange mix of excitement and anxiety. Lately, we've seen a wave of new humanoid robots pop up from China, the US, and across Europe. Most of them still look pretty rough. Awkward movements, clunky builds, and sometimes they're so unpolished that people can't help but laugh. But the Tesla bot is different. It's the one robot people are actually taking seriously because it might be the most balanced humanoid we've seen so far, both in terms of design and actual capability. We're not saying it's the world's best robot yet, but ever since the Tesla shareholder meeting, it's definitely the one getting the most attention. And Musk isn't exactly lowering expectations. He's made some wild claims about this robot, saying Optimus could end up being the biggest breakthrough in human history. According to him, each unit could work non-stop, never get tired, never need a break, and eventually create an economic abundance where people no longer have to work just to survive. Tesla plans to produce these robots in massive numbers, so many that they could become even more common than smartphones. But AI and humanoid robots will actually eliminate poverty, and Tesla won't be the only one that makes them. I think Tesla will pioneer this, but there will be many other companies that make humanoid robots. But there is only basically one way to make everyone wealthy, and that is AI and robotics. Okay. Even though Elon hasn't clearly stated how the Tesla bot could generate income for users, he has made it pretty clear that Optimus has the potential to make people wealthier through the useful tasks it can handle. The easiest way to picture it is this. The Tesla bot can transport goods, serve food in restaurants, or even work as a barista or bartender. Tesla has already deployed them at the Tesla diner, and that's solid proof that the robot can actually generate income. In other words, if you buy one for around $50,000, it could pay for itself in just 2 to 3 years. Elon said Optimus could eliminate poverty and deliver great health care to everyone. In his view, that's the ultimate promise of technology. Not just making money, but genuinely making the world better. Elon Musk also points out that the core ingredients for building Optimus have been inside Tesla for years, because Tesla cars are already robots. They just happen to roll on 4 wheels. Take the cybercab Robotaxi, for example. Fully autonomous, fully self-driving. Basically a robot that happens to look like a vehicle. Every Tesla EV already carries the components of a humanoid robot. A battery system, power electronics, motors, a gearbox, connectivity, an AI vision stack, a custom processing chip, advanced control software, and the infrastructure to manage an entire autonomous fleet. All of these elements directly translate into what makes a full-size robot function. And because Tesla has already mastered these pieces at scale, Musk is convinced the company is uniquely positioned to dominate the global humanoid robotics industry. To him, Optimus is simply a robot with arms and legs. From that perspective, Musk confidently said during the meeting that Tesla is already the world's largest robot manufacturer. So Tesla is already the biggest robot manufacturer in the world, because every car we make is a robot. And when you break it down to the fundamental elements, you've got batteries, power electronic, motors, gearboxes, you've got connectivity, you've got a vision-based AI. Hi, Optimus. Let's be honest. Nothing on this planet is smarter than humans. Nothing can truly replace us, let alone overpower us. But Elon Musk is still pouring billions into this project because he genuinely believes Tesla can build a robot with a brain, arms, and legs that function almost exactly like a human's. And yeah, this is the part where the whole Terminator storyline probably flashes through your mind, right? But flip the perspective for a second. What if we had a humanoid robot that actually helps us? A personal assistant that hands you a cold beer, makes your breakfast sandwich, and cleans your entire house without you lifting a finger. We mean once we hit 60, who wouldn't want a companion like that? And that's exactly the kind of future we're going to start seeing next year with the Tesla Bot Gen 3.
Okay.
While Chinese humanoid robots are still fumbling around with flashy, energy-draining demo moves and collapsing the moment the battery runs out, Elon Musk is focused on turning the Tesla Bot into a machine that can work non-stop 24/7 without breaks and without dying after just a few hours. Like if Optimus, I think, probably achieve 5 times the productivity of a person per year because it can operate 24/7. It doesn't even need to charge, it can operate it tethered. So it's plugged in the whole time. According to Elon Musk, Tesla Bot Gen 3 can work at 5 times the productivity of a human, cooking, cleaning, caring for people, assisting the elderly, and handling a long list of complex tasks that Chinese robots might need another decade to catch up to. But that level of capability also means the Tesla Bot requires far more advanced engineering, especially in its battery pack, because that's the core energy source that keeps the robot running for hours at a time. Most people don't realize this, but inside the Tesla Bot are hundreds of actuators, big and small. Every step, every movement burns a significant amount of energy. The heavier the robot, the more energy it drains. That's why most China bots run out of battery so quickly, they're simply too heavy. With Tesla Bot Gen 3, however, Musk said it now uses one of Tesla's best battery technologies with a significantly larger pack that lets the robot operate much longer before it needs a recharge. 14 hours of continuous work is something no other humanoid robot on Earth has ever achieved. Tesla set the record, and they're already working on breaking it again. When Tesla first unveiled the very first Optimus prototype, it only had a 2.3 kWh LFP battery pack. Since it was just an early proof of concept to kick off the project, Tesla didn't invest too heavily in the pack. It was basic, just enough to let the robot perform a few simple movements. By late 2023, Tesla introduced Optimus Gen 2 with major improvements in appearance and performance. This version could perform more refined actions and tasks, proving that Tesla was genuinely serious about humanoid robots. However, the battery pack still didn't change much. Tesla only slightly increased the capacity from 2.3 kilowatt-hours to 2.5 kilowatt-hours. That might be partly because Tesla reduced the weight of Optimus Gen 2 from 160 lbs down to 138 lbs. A lighter body means the robot consumes less energy to move and perform tasks. But the most important thing is this: Gen 2 was still an experimental prototype, not a commercial product. Elon Musk even said Tesla wouldn't mass-produce the Gen 2 version. So, we made radical improvements to the design of Optimus while increasing the functionality but making it actually possible to manufacture. Like I'd say Optimus 2 is almost impossible to manufacture, frankly. The gold-colored Optimus units we've been seeing over the past year were actually upgraded to version 2.5. The design changes were minor, and the battery pack stayed the same. These versions only seemed smarter because their internal AI systems received major upgrades. The real battery breakthrough happened when Tesla moved to Optimus Gen 3. Elon Musk confirmed that Tesla will use the 4680 battery cell in a robot for the very first time, and the pack size could jump to around 6 kilowatt-hours, allowing it to work for a full 14 hours without needing a recharge. On top of that, Optimus Gen 3 looks and moves so much like a human that it's almost unbelievable. We look forward to unveiling Optimus V3, probably in Q1. I think it'll be ready for to show off, and that I think is going to be quite remarkable. It won't even seem like a robot. It'll seem like a person in a robot suit, which is kind of how we started off with Optimus. But it'll seem so real that you'll need to poke it, I think, to believe that it's actually a robot. This will be Tesla's first official commercial version next year. With this premium model, Optimus will be able to handle an entire range of tasks, roughly 3,000 useful tasks from simple to highly complex, essentially functioning like a fully capable household assistant, Cooking, cleaning, organizing, whatever you need. It can take over because Tesla has been training these abilities for more than a year. This version will also be deployed in several hospitals, and Optimus Gen 3 may even serve in roles similar to a surgical assistant or potentially a robotic surgeon in the future. Optimus will be an incredible surgeon, for example. And imagine if everyone had access to an incredible surgeon. Elon Musk has repeatedly emphasized that this robot will be an invaluable assistant for busy people, taking care of household chores after work. In other words, Optimus is designed to give you your time back. Just imagine this. Within the 14 hours after activation, Optimus can clean the house, cook meals, mow the lawn, or fold your laundry. Yes, everything is done by the time you get home. From what we know, running continuously for 14 hours before needing a recharge is already impressive. However, Optimus will use more energy when doing tasks that require a lot of movement compared to stationary tasks. A 6 kWh battery pack isn't actually huge, but it's enough to power its entire actuator system for that duration. Okay, what's truly surprising is how Optimus recharges. All this time, we assumed charging would work like an electric car. You plug it in manually, but no, it's fully automatic. Yeah, it's way smarter than we initially thought. It's hard to believe, but Tesla Optimus can recharge itself without the user plugging anything in, just like the Cybercab. Cybercab automatically returns to a parking bay, equipped with a wireless charging pad where it charges itself completely on its own. When it comes to Optimus, the idea that you'd waste time manually plugging it in is basically pointless because it can navigate, position itself, and automatically dock with a wall-mounted charger using its extended connector. This is the charging port Optimus aligns with on its own. And once it's fully charged, it disconnects and goes right back to work. That's exactly why no competitor can keep up with Tesla. This is a fully autonomous robot from start to finish. Honestly, we're wondering how long it'll take for Chinese robots to charge themselves, maybe another 20 years. Currently, most people still frequently compare XPeng's Iron Robot and Tesla Optimus. Many argue that XPeng will win this game because the Iron Robot looks more human-like, walks like a runway model, and even has synthetic skin and muscles that make it feel more like a person than a machine. XPeng Iron really doesn't resemble traditional robots. It doesn't have an exposed metal shell. Its whole body is covered with flexible fibers, and its interior is composed of a human-like spine and bionic muscles following a 3-layer structure of bone, muscle, skin. It has a female chest, and even its height and weight are similar to those of a real human. It stands around 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighs 176 lbs, uses a bionic spine, soft full-body skin, and packs more than 60 joints with up to around 200 degrees of freedom. Each hand reaches about 22 degrees of freedom, close to a human hand in size and flexibility. Its visual system covers almost 360 degrees around the body and inside the torso. XPeng is already talking about deploying 3 proprietary Turing AI chip, plus solid-state batteries for higher energy density and safety. What's most striking about Iron is its walking posture, a clear departure from the rigid, clumsy mechanical legs of earlier robots. Walking has long been a central challenge in the field of humanoid robotics. On stage, Iron moved so smoothly that many people were convinced it was just a human in a suit. So XPeng cut open the skin on the spot to prove that there was no real person hidden inside. Alongside the impressive demos, XPeng is also positioning itself as Tesla's direct competitor. Expanding from electric vehicles into humanoid robotics, Iron is deliberately designed with a more feminine, socially friendly appearance, aiming to feel like a companion rather than a bare industrial tool. The company has announced plans for mass production in 2026, using solid-state batteries and the 3 in-house Turing AI chips. And the CEO even predicts that within the next decade, XPeng will sell more robots than cars. Okay, Optimus Gen 3 is a little shorter and lighter than Iron at about 5 feet 8 inches tall and roughly 125 lbs. Its top speed is capped around 5 miles per hour for safety, and its payload is tuned for practical factory jobs, about 20 pounds carried in the arms and up to 150 pounds for a deadlift. Instead of chasing maximum degrees of freedom across the entire body, Tesla uses roughly 40 degrees of freedom, but spends its complexity budget where it matters most, to hands, which now feature about 22 degrees of freedom, plus extra articulation in the wrist and forearm. The goal is not to impress the audience with lifelike hip motion. It's to let Optimus grasp tools, turn knobs, fold clothes, pick items from bins, and interact with real objects predictably and reliably. And unlike XPeng, Tesla is not starting from zero on the AI side. Optimus is built on the same core philosophy and much of the same software stack as Tesla's full self-driving system, which had already been trained on billions of kilometers of real-world data and deployed in hundreds of thousands of cars globally. Tesla has a complete pipeline for collecting camera data, labeling it, training large neural network, running them efficiently on edge hardware, and iterating quickly as the real world provides continuous feedback. That same pipeline now feeds Optimus. Recent demos where the robot imitates human movements, practices basic kung fu, or picks and places objects are not hand-coded animations, but examples of vision-based imitation learning running on a mature AI infrastructure. XPeng also has its own physical world model and Turing chips, but its ecosystem is younger, more localized to China, and far smaller in terms of deployed edge devices and global data. Strategically, XPeng is aiming iron at retail, tourism, and service scenario first, where appearance and emotional interaction are critical. That explains why they emphasize a feminine silhouette, synthetic skin, hair, and clothing options. Tesla, in contrast, has been almost boringly consistent. Optimus exists to take over dangerous, repetitive, and boring tasks in Tesla's own factories first, then in other companies' factories, and eventually in homes. That may not go viral like a robot catwalking under spotlights, but it targets the clearest source of economic value, labor, and productivity. In that context, Optimus' supposedly simpler design suddenly looks very rational. A 125 lb robot that moves at walking speed, can lift 150 lbs, but normally carries a say 20 lb, and has a hard shell that's easy to maintain, is exactly what you want around heavy machinery and human co-workers. Tesla can deploy thousands of Optimus units inside its gigafactories as soon as they are reliable enough, giving the robots a continuous high-value training ground and giving Tesla a direct incentive to keep improving them. According to Musk, 3 exceptionally difficult challenges have prevented most companies from building truly effective robots: engineering functional arms and hands, developing artificial intelligence that can operate reliably in the real world, and achieving large-scale manufacturing. So, what do you think about the Tesla bot? Would you like to own one? Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, and see you next time. Would you like me to summarize the key differences between the Tesla Optimus Gen 3 and the XPeng Iron robot?